The power of prayer.
Disclaimer: this video was created with a test of experience and self-understanding. This knowledge has been shared to others and has been proven to be real and effective. Your open mindfulness is required. This is up to you whether you accept it or not. This is not intended for debate or discussion.
Let's begin. Chapter 1. How can a prayer be effective? If a person only knows how to pray and understands it, other things will also become easy to understand. But how can a person understand something else if even in a simple prayer it is no longer understood and no longer appreciated? Do we really know how to pray, and do we really understand it? Before we can say that we know how to pray, it is important to answer the following questions.
First, is it important to pray? Second, the why is it important? Third, how does the reason of prayer may happen? Fourth, what is the meaning of prayer? Fifth, do we really understand our own prayer?
In the first question, we can say that there are many people who believe that it is important to pray, especially for people who believe in God. It is true that it is important to pray. Second question. Why is it important? It is important according to the following reasons. It is important to pray to be saved from harm, to be guided and protected against evil. It is important to pray to be given strength, wisdom, joy, and peace. To pray for the family and be thankful for the blessings received from God, and there are many other reasons why it is very important to pray. But to the third question, how does this happen? How can we be saved by praying, can be guided and protected? How can we find peace, strength, and wisdom? It's too easy to say the importance, but how these things work, others may say, by taking care of ourselves. But how can we say we know how to take care of ourselves, that the path we took is right to save us? Others may simply say that they should pray sincerely from the heart. But is it enough? Before we answer that, let's go to the fourth question. What is the meaning of prayer? This question is sometimes difficult for others. Most people do not know the meaning of prayer. Some answers that prayer is communicating to God, but we can also communicate to God by reading the Bible or books about God's goodness and power, listening to preaching and other platforms even without praying. These are just a few types of communication with God. To be more clear and specific, I invite you to continue watching this video. Prayer is talking to God by you and with yourself alone. This is a reminder to yourself towards goodness of God. God can talk to you through the prophets or his messengers, but the prayer is direct talking to God, and it is you reminding yourself. Prayer is a reminder to yourself to prepare you for everything. That's why we pray, so that we are ready to face whatever test comes. We are ready for any situation, for any opportunity in God's blessing. Remember at all times, you and yourself only were together, not you and with the prophet or other preacher. That's why it's so important to pray to remind yourself, because others won't always remind you. Fifth question. Do we really know how to pray so that we can be saved, and do we remind ourselves correctly? Here it seems to be quick to answer, but this is the more difficult question. It's true that people pray, and they know how to pray, especially if you recognize God. But do they really understood their prayers so that it would always be effective and efficient? In the next chapter, we will discuss our prayers of the Our Father, if it is truly understood, and if not, I will explain it to you to be fully understood and effective. End of chapter 1.